I, That's crazy work. Alright. Let's just get the bed to this. Oh, do I have to constantly put it in? Do I have to constantly put priority? Oh, it said high priority, so high priority just does nothing for stutters. Lovely. Would this thing like autoplay let's stream at some point? Sneeze so hard you broke your desk? How does that play out? Was that just like... Did you just have like a Super Saiyan dad sneeze or something? Or is that like just an indictment of your desk more so than the sneeze? I feel like not cool. You know what happened? I see. My desk is like kinda messed up, honestly. It's like got a weird thing of tilt to it, I guess. And I just have like a flat out like a stool, just like under part of it just for support. It's still slightly tilted even with that, but that like mitigates it a little bit. Screw just got ripped out, I guess? I see. Oh yeah, also like bit of me lore. Basically the entire time I've had a PC, I've just had my keyboard in like a tray below the actual desk. I don't have like, it's not like properly on my desk, it's in just like a tray that you like pull out underneath. And I've tried putting it on the main desk, but I literally just can't adjust to it. I'm just like permanently used to the tray instead of the fucking normal. But also that there's like barely any room for a keyboard on my desk. Because bulky monitor that takes up the majority of the center of it. It's like more of an office desk than anything. Let's see. Like the sides, like there's stuff on the sides, but there's not that much in like the center of it. I see. I don't think I've ever had any issues with the tray, actually. Yeah, I got a sneeze order. Actually, I really don't. I forgot allergies were like the worst thing ever for a second. I swear, they always like flare up like either like right when I wake up or like an hour before I go to sleep. I swear. Like last night, like an hour before I went to sleep, one of those was just like, what if we waited to like super mega turbo overdrive mode, and then it was just like, it was just sludge trying to get to sleep. It's blah. I might try it. I rewatched the one, like, all bosses, Buster Only No Damage video, and I think the person who did that just stays on the ground until the final teleport. I might try that. Like, seriously? It's a lot harder to time, is the thing. I kinda like wrote it off earlier, but it might be worth it to just get rid of that inconsistency. But my timing is way off on the final teleport. Maybe like you full jump, and then like, maybe it's just like do two full jumps right when the teleport happens. Nope, that's not the timing. I'm trying to think of ways to like make the timing more trivial. Maybe that? Maybe just like shoot twice? Just so that you're killing time? That might be the vibe. Not really. I think you kind of just have to make the trade-off. I don't even... Actually, is baiting the last one even that necessary? This is kind of a chill slog for labbing, honestly. Yeah, always walk the same direction. Never try and, like, turn around. It's gonna feel like you should because you want to be in the center of the screen, but, like, wait until you actually do the last one and jump. I think that might be the most, like, valuable thing you get out of jumping there, just the ability to reposition and, like, maintain center stage. I might try to get a 2F with this strat. That's actually, I think that's really good, honestly. Hi, Bolt. I think it's just like, now that I'm trying this strat out, like for the first time, I'm still kind of like hedging my bets when I do it. And that's probably why I'm getting hit during it most of the time. On teleport specifically. Yeah, I'm trying out a new strat for this fight. Because my old strat, I had like a Cognito hazard hit. Yeah, I guess you can say that much. My old strat, I had like a Cognito Hazard hit in an attempt, and now I'm trying to figure out what the best way of like dealing with that is, and I'm considering just swapping strats entirely. Because the thing you get hit on is kind of weird to get feedback on. Also keep walking the same direction so that he does the dash into the corner instead of like bouncing off it and then messing with your spacing on everything else. Also don't try and like react to the dash, just get a feeling for when the dash happens and then time it. Bitrate stuff happening again. Okay, it's fine. It's not even a joke necessarily, it's just a way of, like, it's a way of making a mistake that, like, once you realize that's a mistake you can make, your gameplay gets, like, significantly compromised by trying to dodge it. To the point where, like, it would have been better if you just didn't know that could happen. Like, it kind of, like, breeds mind blocks easily, sort of thing. Okay, jump in reaction to, the start of the dash animation. Or, like, the telegraph for it, so, like, don't jump when you, like, see motion, jump when you see him, like, change poses. That's your cue. I jumped a couple frames. I didn't hold jump long enough. I think I was scared of contact damage. So that's probably just a spacing issue. Timed my jump a little weird. Would I have been able to jump over that? I don't know. It is nice to just be able to play this fight and not... and, like, be kind of chill about it. After last session. Just, like, have, like, a reset. Oh my god. They want us so bad. They want us so bad. Okay, I got a 2x with the strat. 3x to Night Queen? I think Mika might want me more than my own girlfriend wants me. That's crazy. That is not, like, that is, for clarity, that says more about Mika than her. For clarity. I just realized that could probably be interpreted badly. Oh. I don't know why I thought he was gonna... I was just not looking at the telegraph there. Everyone doesn't look at her telegraphs. Nice, I got that in one cycle. Killing that double in one cycle doesn't, like, matter for anything, but it's just a cool thing to do. And also it saves you some time. Hi Lumi, thanks for the good luck. That was close, but... Oh, was it you? I didn't know you were doing that over here. That's chill as hell. It's kind of funny having a Celeste overlay, given that I don't really play the game anymore. I just interface with the community, and that's like it. I might change it if I, like, become just like a full-on Mega Man. But I don't feel like remaking it. That's a hard pattern. That's fine. I do think with the new strat, I'm definitely gonna get some big progress, unless OBS decides to fuck me over again. Hi Petri, Grohu High. Grohu High is back. Hi, hi, hi. Does anyone want the rest of my giant oatmeal cookie that you can eat the rest of? I don't think I've ever actually had, like, oatmeal raisin. I've had just, like, a straight-up, like, an oatmeal cookie, but never, like, oatmeal raisin. I don't know if I'd fuck with it or not. I'm kind of a cookie warrior, though. Yeah, I take it they're, like, not bad, it's just the mix-up between them and a chocolate chip, it, like, soured a lot of people on them. I take it that's what happened. Unreactable mix. I haven't done a high with like an HAI in a while. I used to do that a lot like a year or two ago. I used to be a high colon 3 merchant, but now I'm just like, yo. I think people just like stole my shtick, and I decided I need a new way of being identifiable. My conclusion is that you're gonna, like, intuit my entire way of speaking, but, like, on a 2-year delay. Like, not specific phrases, but just, like, general, like, situational stuff. Rather than just girl who says thing that girl said. Like the median 2028 AIOU message is gonna roughly look like what the median me message looks like now, is my theory. In real life. Hi Lychee, hi, how did you? Okay. Second, Wiley Clap entry. And like first one since I actually started going for this. The first one is just I behave a lot differently IRL due to factors. It's always due to factors with me. Always the factors with you, it's been this way for a while. That could have gotten really sketchy really quickly, but I cleaned it up. Okay. Let's find a new path forward in this case. Did I just say path instead of path? Like path, but with an F at the start? What am I doing? Girl who can't say anything. I know what I did wrong there. I think I just pressed jump and left too early. Violates 5 for now. I'll just make the text like slightly smaller. Where the fuck is it to do that? How do you make text like smaller in OBS? That'll have to do it, actually. We do what we can here at the LE streams. Let's make a new math. Thank God Ren isn't here. This conversation would be entertained for like 30 minutes if Ren was here. I think IRL were more willing to say stupid shit a lot more. I'm like... The funny thing is that IRL, like, a lot of people say my humor's a lot more like deadpan and sarcastic and all that stuff. I think that's just because I don't have as much rain for fucking bullshit. Like IRL. I can't pop at that shit look like the battle pass IRL, you feel me? I mean, I probably could, but it's just like... the expectations people have with me. Math 3. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere, GG. You're genuinely, you're so smart for proposing one idea today. Sonic space is not real. I refuse to entertain this concept. What you just said isn't a real that can be real. I'm afraid. I know this is a very common observation, but it's genuinely really funny to me that the main rapper for clipping was like fucking Jefferson and Hamilton. That's just a very funny like duality of like most famous projects you've worked on. Clifford, ain't that the big red dog? What's he got to do with algebra? I like some of the Clifford shows. What the fuck does he know about algebra? And honestly, the strat is kind of awesome because, like, if you time the jump too early, it can actually be easier for you. I just time it, If you time the jump early, it can actually be, like, an easier strat than what it's supposed to be. I just time it later because that's like, more reproducible, I feel. Might be a different algebra. You're so smart, gamer. I don't even know why I've been calling people gamers so much. I think, like, you know what, gamer? You're so right is entirely a Sajam thing. Anything beyond that, I don't know. Also calling chat's chat rooms is a Sajam thing. Courage the big red dog. Or alternatively, courage the guy from Field of Algebra, I don't know. Actually, yeah, the first one would make more sense. I just made the connection of what... I just made the fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog connection. I didn't really watch that many, like, I didn't really watch that many, like, Cartoon Network shows from, like, before the 2010s. The main one I've been put on sometimes was, like... Well, like, my family didn't have, like Netflix or anything for a while. I was raised in the fires of Xfinity On Demand. That was like the go-to for me as a kid. And sometimes they would have like older shows on there that you could like flip through. I wasn't interested in most of them, but for some reason I did like genuinely fuck with Johnny Bravo a good bit when I was like 10 or 11. I don't know what I got out of it necessarily. Should play Cut the Rope next. Fuck, now I'm just thinking about the one goddamn like I think everyone else here, I told them about this, but, like, randomly I got a thing in my recommended of, like, a Cut the Rope custom level called, like, I Will Achieve Apotheosis or some bullshit like that. And then someone trying to beat it, and it's, like, just, like, 50 bajillion pause buffers. No reason to be doing all that for Cut the Rope. Absolutely no reason. He ain't got one level where he needs to be doing all that. And it's on the stupid fucking hardest video game achievements sheet. Above, like, beating Cloudberry Kingdom. Which, like, girly pop. There's been Kaizo Cut the Rope for, like, not even 2 months. I don't think that's topping CK, like, 319 and 320. You're fucking delusional. I messed up the strat. We are beating I Will Achieve Apotheosis, no pause buffer. We! At the very least, when you have an issue relating to turning around on this attack, it's a lot clearer to tell what you did wrong. Like, you just walked into the guy. I don't know if there's like a good cue to use for when you should jump. Maybe like a 3 shots and then a jump? Like that sort of thing? I think that list not being worked on anymore would be a net positive for hard video game spaces. Retire that list and replace it with like a hard video game accomplishments museum spreadsheet. Where it's just like a bunch of like historically significant clears and like the reasoning behind them being historically significant. And like trying to explain them to an audience who generally has like hard video game background knowledge but doesn't know the specifics of that game. I think that could genuinely be something that's like really cool. Not even, like, Needle Hall of Fame, just, like... I don't think Hall of Fame is, like, a good way of, like, framing it. I just think this is, like, a list of, like, cool accomplishments that have been, like, influential in hard video games in general. I think that could be just, like, a cool, like, spreadsheet. I did get the idea for, like, a genuine video game accomplishments Hall of Fame once, like, actual, like, straight up, like, working the same way a sports Hall of Fame works, in terms of, like, voting and everything. And then people are just like, I think, hold on, I like wrote out the, like ideas for this. I wouldn't like actually make it because that probably gets really toxic really fast, but I just think it would be like, I just think it's a funny premise. Video Game Accomplishment Hall of Fame. And also it lets you call accomplishments first ballot Hall of Famers, which would be a very good addition to the culture. I will hereby respect, I don't know, fucking CGLL and will not talk down on the future first ballot Hall of Famer. Yag. It's still so unbelievably funny to me that the first unambiguously harder than Fly the Far Away Deathless clear in Needle was just FTFA Deathless, but you do it twice in a row. After FTFA was on top for like 8 years and was uncleared for, was like unreplicated for like 5 years. FTFA Deathless in 2016 is one of the most stupidly ahead of its time accomplishments in any game ever, I think. Also, is this a 3x base? I don't know if that's a 2x or a 3x, but holy. 3x or possibly 4x tonight, Queen? I think it might have been a 3x. I'm pretty sure when I was like, when I got the first or second, I was like, I think that's a 2x, but I wasn't paying attention to the first attempt because I'm just chatting my ass off. Yeah. FT Reds probably shouldn't even be in that tier, honestly, as someone who was, like, close with the main person pushing Dream Edition for years. Like, basically every, Kaizohack player I've seen who's, like, seen that list is basically just like, yeah, that being in the same tier as fucking Suigi1435 is a complete meme. Like, I feel like you can just logic that out. Like, they're both the same, like, base game, but, like, 16 Star has been getting pushed harder, and, like, 16 Star has been getting pushed harder for longer than, like, Kaizo Hacks has, like, even existed. Like, I'm pretty sure 16 Star World Record was already a 15 when Extreme Edition came out, unless I'm, like, misremembering the history. Like, they're not comparable at all, but I feel like you can just logic out that one of them probably is, like, more demanding than the other, given that they are the same game, with just different disciplines of it. It's not like Celeste, where, like, modding community and vanilla speedrunning community are roughly the same age. Girl who fails the stage. Side note, I think Cyrio got us, like, 4th clear in Montreal recently? Like, I was just, like, looking through, like, the TGM Discord, and I saw, like, a new screenshot of him being like, oh yeah, I cleared fucking, I cleared Imachi all for, like, the 3rd time on PCB. And his first clear of it was on Xbox 360 somehow, even though Xbox 360 version is literally just more input lag. I still don't know how he got it on Xbox 360 before on PCB. It was only like not even a week's difference, I think, but like still. I kind of forgot this album has songs other than Nai and Hoshi ni Narita, honestly. I wish I was more annoying about this band as like a collective instead of just the 2 songs that I never shut up about. I wish I was like as annoying about the rest of their output as I was about those 2 songs. It would be fun, I think. Yeah, it's kind of memes. And it's extra fucked considering, like, Dononpachi, like... It's literally Dononpachi. It's not even like that's, like, the first game in a series that people tried taking seriously. The series existed for, like, over a decade, like, I think close to 2 decades before Sadai Oyo came out. So, like, people had transferable skill. It's not like people were just raw-dogging it. Like, original Dononpachi 2-Wall is still, like, one of, like, among some of the hardest, like, shmup clears ever. And also, to my understanding, I think in Bocce, like, the fight itself was just kind of got one guide. Like, I don't even know if... I think there may be, like, 2 or 3 other people, maybe, who got it in practice mode? I'm pretty sure Jamers has it in practice mode, but I could be wrong on that, and I don't know anyone else who does. But given that I don't really follow the shmup scene, I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, some JP player. Mike Tyson 159 thread, I'm crying. They should put Punch-Out Tastai on the stupid fucking physically possible feats list, just for shits and giggles. That would be amusing, I think. I wonder how hard it would even be to, like, tie tasks on, like, a version of the game that always gives you perfect RNG. Like, that's, like, an interesting thought experiment. Just, like, how executionally demanding is it if you get the RNG in the first place? Because I imagine it's still, like, hard as balls to actually execute on that RNG, even besides the fact that it's, like, statistically infeasible to get it ever. You already have other RNG check bullshit in there, don't they? I think I should just make a version. I came up with this idea like a while ago, and I like kind of executed on it, but it was basically just like hardest video game accomplishments, but it was like fucking like shonen anime like agenda style, where I'm just like shit talking everything and I'm upplay random bullshit that I think is funny to upplay. Like calling Flames 200 a hardware merchant or bullshit like that. It's not like, it's like entirely facetious. I just think talking like that is very funny in isolation. When it's like very clear that it's just jokey jokes and it's not actually trying to downplay anything. Like, this is why I always say Ken Overhead to Shipu is a harder accomplishment than 90p. It's just very funny to use logic like that and act like it's coherent at all. I kinda do want to work on that, like, worst hard video game jokes ever video someday. I think that's less of like a sludge topic than just what is the hardest video game accomplishment ever. I feel like there's like... I feel like you could have more of a conversation about that. Even though I feel like the answer now is like... I feel like the frontrunner for that is like the 615 Minecraft joke. Before that happened, my frontrunner guess would have been Vier DKO on Cell of Vanity, because that literally took a decade to happen after, like, the last possible death you could have. Like, double killing the final boss, and then that not getting cleared for, like, a decade after the fact. By anyone. Like, if you're not including speedruns, I feel like that's kind of the worst. And it was still, like... I'm pretty sure it was still considered the hardest shmup accomplishment ever before Mashi 1cc happened. I think there's only like 3 clears of it to this day. I could be like misremembering that though. I know there's definitely multiple by now. Like at least 2. And I'm pretty sure I saw a 3rd. Like fairly recently. Like, that feels like more harmless of a conversation than, like more harmless and also more fruitful of a conversation than just, like, just power scaling the actual conversation. Why am I jumping early so much? That's the second time that's happened in, like, 2 attempts, like, 2 entries. That really should not be happening. If it happens again, I'll just, like, load a practice state and practice Wily 5 for a bit. That's, like, a frustrating mistake to be making. Early into the fight at that. Like, both times it was early into the fight. Why the hell do I not have anything funny? Like, is that just it bugging, or do I have a different, like, version of it added to the playlist than the one I have, like, on Spotify? I haven't listened to Atrocity Exhibition in so fucking long, dude. I need to re-listen to it. I think it's genuinely been like 3 years since I listened to it last. Yeah, watching shit like that live was scary. Also, I would like... For that video, I would just be like taking the actual, like, what happened after the fact into account. Because I feel like you can't judge a choke until, like, the aftermath is played out. Like, on paper, Flamewall 99 is probably the worst GD choke, yeah. But he just beat the level, like, not even a month later, so, like, who gives a shit? All it did was, like, slow things down moderately, but, like, nothing major of substance happened in between. But, like, Dillstick AOD 98 is, like, that is the end. That could have just, like, leapfrogged the game. I know everyone talks about Mifui, but I'm, like... I'm still glazing the fucking, AOD choke. Because, like, I'm pretty sure the version of AOD he was playing is moderately easier than the one Curse Verified, but that was still when, like, fucking Tartarus was, like, the hardest level in the game. And also on, like, a pretty shoddy setup at that. Like, it's not even like he was playing on, like, the best setup at the time. He was playing on, like... Might not even have been, like, a 144 Hz monitor. Might have been, like, 120 or some shit. I don't remember. Maybe it was 165. I don't think it was above 240. I don't think it was 240 or above. Sketchy, but it's fine. Like, I don't think you can judge how bad a choke is until a year after it happens. Okay. Moz crushes skull, thanks. Fourth body 5 entry. Stone is, like, not that bad anymore. That's really good. I just have it first in the order because it's still probably, like, the third hardest boss fight in the game. Not in the game, in early game. And also Burst Chaser movement is gonna fuck with my muscle memory if I do it any later in the run. Like, that's the only place there's Burst Chaser movement in this game. And I don't want to have to, like, transfer in and out of that in the middle of an attempt. Yup. It's nice to, like, actually get progress on this after getting robbed out of a session. Like, after getting robbed out of being able to do that yesterday by my bitrate just completely dying for no discernible reason. Like, right when I was starting to get back into the swing of things after, like, overcoming a mind block. Like, last session I spent, like, 20 minutes on Wily 4. I started mind blocking base fight. I played Wily 5 for a bit. Got decent progress. And then I went back to Wily 4, and right when I was starting to overcome the mind block, my bitrate died and I literally couldn't stream because it was completely unwatchable. It was, like, in the triple digits going down to 0 at times. It was, like, unbearable. Ooh, that was really sketchy, but it's fine. Keep you on the segment. Yeah, that's nice, but it was, like, really frustrating, especially considering it was, like, a Sunday session. So, like, before that, I would have had to, like, before I got to play again, I would have had to, like, go to school and everything. Like, Sunday is, like, the worst day for something like that to happen. You know? Gemini. I'm not really expecting to get the segment for another couple streams, but like, really my short-term goal is get as many attempts as Gemini as possible. Because the more I play this game, the more I think that spread walk and this attack right here might be the hardest attack in the game to dodge consistently. Like, harder than even anything in the final boss. I guess this is the hardest non-late game boss. Okay. Honestly, all the bosses in this game are a lot more consistent than I thought they would be going in. Blade. I think Blade is starting to climb in, like, the difficulty ranking for me. Nice, nice. Okay, that could have gone very badly, but I backed it up. I would have been fine with that hit low high. High low. Low low. This game's RNG rules bail you out there so hard. It has, I think it has the Mega Man 6 thing going on. I'm like 99% sure it has the Mega Man 6 RNG thing going on of no more than 2 of the same attack in a row. Okay, I gotta make this like a... Actually, a pass I can go on. Okay, Rang. Yeah? I tried. That's an annoying way to die, but I don't really care because that's that's way further than I was expecting to get today. That's really good. Like, I'm really happy that I'm, like, I'm not getting that, like, upset about deaths to, like, silly stuff. Like, even when I die to something silly, I can be like, that's still really good, which I'm happy about. I'm happy that I can just, like, maintain my composure and, like, if I die to something goofy. Oh, I need to change the entry count. 4. Really good, really good. I'm genuinely, like, really proud of how, like, strong my mental has been for this grind. Like, the most I've gotten, like, annoyed at this grind is literally at OBS for, like, just shitting the bed yesterday for no apparent reason. That is, like, the only proper crash out I've had this grind. And it was, like, off stream because my OBS was in the middle of disconnecting during it. So, like, no one saw it. I was just, like, yelling useless whenever it would, like, disconnect. But yeah, that's really good. Love to see it. Love to see it. Famously! Watch this somehow take me shorter than Mega Man 1. That's, like, not happening at all, but it would be so funny. If I'm like, this is my forever grind, I'm gonna be here until I'm in, like, college, until I'm in, like, second, third year of college, and then it's done. Like, and then it's, like, fucking done by, like, March or some shit. And I'm like, fuck! What do I do now? What do I do now in Mega Man? Do I just pop minus infinity? Genuinely, how this grind plays out is, like, the main factor in whether or not I push for minus infinity at some point, I think. I think hard mode is, like, kind of, like, a completely fucking stupid thing to go for. I'll, like, scout it, maybe, by, like, playing it casually, because I've only beaten the game on normal mode, but, like... I'd be lying if I said I wasn't eyeing it up. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't eyeing it up. Minus infinity is literally, like, I destroy Mega Man. That is, like, the end, I think. For full game no hits. Like, what even is there to do after that? Fucking CX? Who cares about CX? On a gameplay level, anyway. Like, fucking Yender Code or BM 1.0? Maybe? Unique harassment probably isn't even harder. Just because of how high the power level is in that game. Even compared to, Minus Infinity. Like, minus infinity for the stages, at least. The late game stages. They're designed around, like, your weapon power level being that high. Unique harassment, you can kind of just blitz through a lot of shit. If you have weapons. Even if the early game is probably harder. Because of the two-phase boss fights and the mini-bosses and all that shit. Like, for as good as minus infinity Buster Only, I'm not fucking stupid. Also, a Buster Only on Super Shadow would literally require, like, 70 charged shots. Like, he doesn't take damage from an uncharged Buster shot. You need to hit him with a charged shot to do 1 damage, and he has, like, 3 health bars. Yeah, I might set up a stipulation of, like, no rush cannon? Depending on how I'm feeling. Because Rush Cannon is just, like, the one-shot Robot Master's weapon. Not weapon, utility item. And I don't know if I would want to use that, even if shit like Pharaoh Man seems, like, extremely scary to try and get consistent at in a full game run. I'll play it by ear. Assuming I actually go for minus infinity. Why am I talking about this like me going for minus infinity is a foregone conclusion? What the fuck is my problem? I would need to have, like, 5 more ROM hack no-hits under my belt, at least, to feel confident going for, minus infinity. I, like, spitballed a couple ones that would be, like, maybe, like, fun to go for. Not Buster only, just, like, a no-hit in general. And also so that I have more, like, skill under my belt. I would try True Arena, but I don't feel like rebeating the game and getting all the collectibles right now. Like getting the 15 friends score. I just don't like getting optional collectibles in games, I'm noticing. Girl who beat Silk Song True Ending with like less than 50 completion percentage. I think I had like 40-something completion percentage when I beat True Ending. In Silk Song, it was kind of absurd. There's a couple save stateless clears that I know of. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I know there's the one guy who did like 70 tanks, and I don't know if the like the tankless clears save stateless or not. I know that like all of the full game no hits that I've seen are like passed at least. Like I had the suspicion, but I didn't have like I'm not able to like suss that shit out. But like the guy, like what they're like you can like go out on their channel and they're like, yeah, this is tasked, but they just don't specify on each video. I assume because they think that like the average person isn't gonna care, which like I am literally like the only person who would care about this. I think they're fine. I'm not gonna like witch hunt them or anything. I just think it's kind of frustrating looking for Mega Man single segment no hits. Yeah, Amy the Rose long plays, and also the other people who specifically did minus infinity that aren't like Tornado something Kyaku or whatever his name is. I don't know if his shit's tasked, but like he has a basic Master 1.0 no hit on his channel. Ain't no way that's RTA. Ain't no fucking way. It's just more of a general thing that's kind of frustrating if it's like where it's like looking up like a Mega Man no damage like full game and like 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it's fucking a task or a segmented run. I was not aware of the other one being a neo-Natsu. Noted. Wrong. I see. Okay, yeah. Noted. I thought someone else that I used. I thought I was kind of like, I confused their, like I remembered their profile picture colors and I confused them with someone else who's like, who's done like stuff on this game that I've been using for strats a lot. So for a second I was like, are they on Nazi? And I was like, no, it's someone else. To be fair, I don't really remember that many, yeah, I don't think the person I was thinking of had it. I just misremembered the profile pic. Because they're, like, similar at, like, tiny, like, YouTube search size. It is kind of funny how it feels like basically everyone who does Mega Man Challenge runs is, like, vaguely aware of the other people doing them, but there's not, like, a unified community for it. It's just basically everyone off on their own shit. Including me. I do hope that becomes a thing, just so that, like, information can be, like, spread easier and everything. And also so people with, like, more know-how than me can, like, give insight on stuff. Yeah. I mean, single segment, like, no-hits in general for these games are, like, an extremely rare thing. I think 9 probably has, like, a lot more undocumented ones, just by virtue of the Mr. Perfect achievement, even though you can, like, just save scum that. Like, I feel like there's, like, a decent amount of people who thought the Mr. Perfect achievement was, like, only, like, you, like, saving wouldn't, like, you had to do it without saving, I'm guessing. There's probably a lot more undocumented for 9, but I feel like a lot of the, I feel like it's just like a niche enough of a thing to do like full game runs. Yeah, I just mean in general. I feel like full game Mega Man no hits are like niche enough of a thing that like you don't really have that many undocumented ones. But also it's like way more of a headache to search for them. I do wonder what like the Chinese community is up to. I'm like aware of like a Chinese runner who got unlimited no hit. Yeah. Yeah, I like, sometimes I just like randomly like dig through Billy for games I play. Because most of the scenes that I follow have like a Chinese sub-community that like, by virtue of being on the Chinese internet, they're like insulated from us. So like sometimes I just like punch fucking random shit into there. Like look stuff up in Google Translate and then punch that in. Just to see if like what they're up to. I tried making an actual Billy account to like follow people who do that, but for whatever reason on my computer I can't like log into Billy without them forcing me to give them my ID. It works on my phone for some reason, but not on my computer, which is really annoying because on the mobile app I can't like punch shit into Google Translate as easy. Like I'd have to like screenshot everything instead of just letting like Chrome auto-translate handle it. Fuck, now I'm thinking about like the blatant Chrome, the blatant like Firefox mistranslation of that one fucking Nins video. Where it was like, the actual translation was like, Nins explains to the audience how she's so good at Golems, and then like, and it was like a clip of her just like explaining her process, but then fucking Firefox Translate, which is infinitely worse than like Chrome Google Translate, was like, Nins explains to the audience how he ''S's alchemy is so super smelly. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? I think the alchemy thing is just, like, the, it wasn't, like, actually, like misgendering her, it was just, auto-translate shit in the bed when it sees, like, a gender-neutral word. Alchemy is just, I think, how auto-translate translates, or not even auto-translate, I think that's just the translation for, like, Celeste Golems. The only reason I found this was because I was like, I found out about like the Chinese hard list sheet, and I tried to see if I can find the Chinese golden list sheet. Because I was like aware of it, but I don't. Yeah. Full game, you've done so far as VVV. Yeah, I'd be willing to like help out with stuff. The main thing is that I only ever like really do no hits on stuff that I can like use save state practice on, like multiple save states. Like, if I were to go for Mega Man 9 and 10, I would do them on Dolphin, just because having more than one save state folder, like having more than one save state slot, is very, very useful for practice and whatnot. Like, I just make entire, like, folders of save states for basically every no-hit grind I've done. And then I swap them out of, like, the emulator save states path thing of the fucking emulator. I didn't realize he was doing a double. Girl who thought she grabbed the ladder. My left hand is like so much warmer than my right hand right now. It's really funny. Alright. Thank you for the good luck. Enjoy your lurking. My left hand is like so much warmer than my right hand right now. It's a really funny. I don't have my input display on. I don't have my input display on. I just realized. Yeah, if I ever don't have my input display on, I just completely forgot to open the file for it. I'm assuming it's just because I have to, like, hit way more shit on my fucking left hand. Mega Man stuff is, like, the first, like, non-rhythm game stuff in a while to, like, physically make my hands warm. And it's honestly a really nice feeling. Like, I always really like it whenever I'm, like, playing, like, super fast stuff on Mania or something and my hands are warm. Especially when it's, like, super cold out. Usually it happens when I'm playing, like, speed files. Like, just, like, straight up, like, brainless, like chipwreck style patterning, where it's just, like, go as fast as possible, don't think about the patterning at all, just, like, get ready to learn rolling, buddy. Type shit. Shipwrecked 1.2 being in, like, the oldest version of Reformed 10th Dawn is really funny, because that's, like... That file is, like, not representative of your general speed skill at all. Like, not that Okuri is great either, but, like, at the very least, it's not just roll simulator. At the very least, it's, like, real patterning. Shipwrecked is just, like, Shipwrecked 1.2 is just, can you do, like, the rolliest possible 360 stream? And then if you can, it's, like, even if you can't, really, even if you can't, you, like, get enough act back on the non-stream parts that it kind of doesn't matter. Just a very goofy pick for like a Dawn file. As far as I'm concerned, all picks for Dawn file, all Dawn files are like weird picks for Dawn files. Also, Girl pronouncing it Dawn instead of Dan because she's fucking annoying. I mean, the real answer is just I did Toksudo for, like, almost a decade, so, like, pronouncing it Dawn is just embedded into my skull. And, like, that's objectively how it's supposed to be pronounced, like, in Japanese. And in Korean as well. It's, like, pronounced the same in both. I do really hope that there's, like, more developed of a, like, a Mega Man challenge running scene in the future. Like, beyond just people doing their own thing, like, actually having, like, a central hub. Maybe not, like, a central hub, but, like, just, like, places that are, like, designated, like, community spots. And being able to, like, share strats with one another without it having to be, like, just, like, a one-on-one, like, lab sesh. Or just some random YouTube comment. Like, as much as I hate everything being in Discord servers, I think Discord servers are, like... I think Discord servers, if they're, like, easy to access, are, like, more useful than like, having to, like, rummage through, like, random, like, 3-digit sub-counts YouTube comments to find strats. Especially considering a lot of the time when you just, like, search up Mega Man No Damage or No Hit, you get segmented or task runs, which aren't really what you're looking for. Like, I don't care about a random person passing fucking, passing a ROM hack No Hit. I want to see an actual single segment RTA No Hit of a ROM hacker thing or whatever. But it's, like, really hard to find those, even if they exist. It's, like, I don't think they do, but, like, it's also a lot worse for, like, vanilla games, just because there's more people, there's, like, more eyes on them. But, like, it's really hard to find the actual, like, single segment no-hit of Unlimited on YouTube, even though it has a YouTube upload, because it just gets drowned out by fucking, segmented runs and whatnot. I don't have anything against the people who do them, I just think it's frustrating that that's what you have to sift through to find single segment stuff. Given that single segment stuff is hyper niche. Like, maybe I am the only person on the planet who cares about this sort of thing. Enough to actually seriously do attempts of it. And wants other people's attempts of it to be more easily, like, findable. You know? Yeah. Stop making sense is so good. Shout out Stop Making Sense Special New Edition, gotta be one of my favorite genders. Why? Just be patient or, like, back up or something. I should, like, that's frustrating. I really hope that once I start doing attempts from start, I don't, like, completely lose it. I don't think I will, but I just hope that doesn't happen. I hope I'm, like, able to maintain this level of composure on real attempts. Also, I have no clue if I'm gonna have, like, a big, like, huge pop-off for this, or if it's just gonna be, like, a clap and then be laughing for, like, 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, like, 20 seconds. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna, like, properly pop off, or it's just gonna be, like, a... like, that kind of pop-off. Like, I care about this grind, I just don't know if I pop off that way anymore. I would pop off as hell for Minus Infinity, but also I would be, like, completely on edge, like, genuinely tweaking from, like, Wily 3 to end. I don't think I would be tweaking to that extent on Wily 4 to end in this game, as much as I thought I was going to be. Like, it's proven itself to be way, way more consistent than I thought. Which I'm kind of complaining about? Slightly? Because I feel like I'm getting robbed out of, like, a grind that I, like, built this up to be in my head. But, like, the grind that I actually am doing, and not the version of it that I built up in my head. Game too easy? Literally game too easy. We are pivoting to 1.0. Buster only in this game would genuinely make me fucking go insane, I think. Like, trying to know that. That would be like a multi-thousand-hour grind, easily. Yeah, 1.0 is basically a different game, and also it's a bajillion, billion, quadrillion times harder. Like, the stage design is like, what if the stages in this version of the game were actually difficult? And also was, like, actually designed around weapon use instead of weapons just being, like, mega overpowered, and the game, like, not even being that absurdly difficult with Buster only. Fuck, this is reminding me of, like, the I Love You So Much song that got put in the those, like, playing when I got, like, at the start of my Wily 6 run, that was just called Pussy. I'm just imagining, like, I'm just imagining, like, somebody who's only here for the Mega Man seeing that and being like, huh? She's also like, the what? Side note, it's so crazy how much better the 1.0 Wily 5 theme is than the 1.1 and 1.2 version. Like, you had Solid State Scouter in the game, and you got rid of it. Why? You're throwing. You're throwing. God, now I'm thinking about actually, like, how stupid a Buster only minus Infinity run would be. I am not doing it at all, just to clarify. I am not entertaining the idea of Buster only minus Infinity. But genuinely, I think Buster only makes Super Shadow Man take, like, 5 minutes instead of, like, a minute and a half like it does if you're using actual weapons. Because you have to charge the shot for literally every shot to do any damage, and it still does 1 damage for every charged shot. And you gotta, like, be more cognizant of when you release it. Because if you miss a shot, that's another shot you have to charge. It's not like you can just, like, spray them with uncharged shots. Genuinely Super Shadow Buster only at the end of a game. Genuinely, I think Super Shadow at the end of a game, at the end of a Buster only would be, like, the hardest, like, would be, like, the biggest choke point of, like, one of the biggest, like, skill-based choke points of any video game grind ever. It would be fucking comical how much of a choke point it is. Relative to how hard everything else in the run is, as well. Because the rest of minus Infinity Buster only is still Omega hard, but, like, Super Shadow just dog walks that. You feel? Like, you're genuinely stupid if you try that. In a full game, man. Oh, also, it would be fucked for, like... It would be fucked even for low hits, because, like, if you die to Super Shadow, you just, like, get teleported to the sack, and you don't have to refight Super Shadow. Like, if you die once, you just, like... It's like Deltarune Chapter 3. Where you just, like, flat out don't have to beat the fight, but if you beat the fight, you get a weapon that makes the rest of the game easier. W foreshadowing on Pudesabe's part. I'm kind of disappointed with the quality of the Wily 5 entries after the one that got past Tornado. Like, getting Wily 5 entries at all is good. I just wish I was not dying to, like, Stone and Tornado and transition screens. I wish I was getting past that. But, like, we get there when we get there. I forgot to mention this, but added detail about, BM1.0. Final boss is, like, Final boss, you can only deal, like, 1 damage to him with, like, 2 weapons that don't completely dig off him, and he also is constantly regenerating health. So, like, at the end of that, you have, like, the most fucked up choke fodder ever. Because it's not that hard of, like, a fight, actually. Like, just, if you're going for a no-hit. The main difficulty of it comes from the fact that he does a bajillion damage to you. But, like, that is, like, that sounds so chokeable if, like, you, like, get greedy and you want to, like, actually stop the healing. I tried to crossover. I haven't had a situation where I felt like a compulsion to crossover in ages. Like, I just haven't thought about that being an option in a while. But that just, like, came back on my mind. That's hard to dodge, it's fine. I think the main reason is, like, I was very scared of the prospect of that going into floor gyro. Because, like, floor gyro, when you're that close to the corner, is, kind of a crapshoot. I do think Dive Bomb is, like, Dive Bomb and Shield Walk are the most, like, fight-defining attacks in the game, I feel. In terms of how they force you to deal with literally every other attack differently. Like, every attack in the game, like, a lot of the attacks in the game, not every, but, like, a lot of the attacks in the game, the way you deal with them influences how you have to deal with other attacks, but, like, none of them are, like, to the same extent as Dive Bomb in Tornado and as Shield Walks in 1v6-3. Those are, like, the fighting attacks of those sites. Even when they're not hard to dodge, the fact that they can be, that they can put you in situations that are very hard to dodge influences what situations you're willing to put yourself into. The very brief bitrate dip, but it's fine. It's probably just the internet inconsistency thing. Like the same thing that gives me like ping spikes in games and whatnot. I just saw 0 kilobits per second and saw my life flash before my eyes. This is a much more like satisfying session to end on than last one was though, so I wouldn't be as mad. Like half the reason I was so frustrated last stream with how it ended was I was just starting to get over my mind block by then. Like, I was starting to actually feel like a session could get somewhere, and then it just got yanked away from me by mystery bitrate issue. Which is frustrating for, like, obvious reasons. And it's not like that session was useless anyway. I got valuable 1v5 practice out of it, and the Cognito Hazard hit allowed me to get like a better strat. Side note, remember when I thought base would be like maybe be unviable the 3 times in a row? I was fucking stupid like 2 weeks ago. They're calling it the sleeper hardest attack in the stage. They're calling it harder than any base attack. It is really weird that I'm like nominally this close to feeling like I can start doing attempts. Because my game plan is once I get to once I get the 10 segment, I'm gonna start going from the start of the game. And then I'm gonna like intersperse that with full fortress attempts. And like flip between those. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any like valuable segments I can get after. Any like segments to end I can get after full fortress. Just because of the nature of this grind. Of it being like a buster only grind. Where like the route doesn't matter as much as in like a weapons run. Like, I barely even remember my route. I guess maybe I could do, like, 4 out of 8 robo-send. But that feels, like, really arbitrary. Though I guess it would have prepped me for doing Wily with nerves, so I guess that is, like, a bonus. It's weird that I feel vaguely close to, like a 3 segment already. I just had a really bad spacing on that. Like, my movement was all over the place, and I fucked up a bit. Like a fucking 3 segment. My 3 segment is like... My 3 segment is probably gonna be, what's it? It's gonna probably be this in a Wily entry. That's probably what the 3 segment is gonna look like. So maybe I get full fortress before that, and it turns into a 2 segment. I kind of doubt that, but it feels feasible now, which it didn't before I started going for this. If I have a 2 segment before the 50-hour mark, I'm gonna be so pissed. Or not, that's not really reasonable, I don't think, but like a 3 segment before the 50-hour mark, I would be pissed. I mean, Wily's 2 and 3 are kind of filler. It's genuinely, like, unreasonable how much more viable this feels than it did 2 weeks ago. And I'm kind of sad that it does feel this viable, because I wanted this to feel out of, like, not even, like, slightly in reach for a while. I wanted, like, this to not feel even, like, slightly reasonable to expect myself to be able to do, or, like, to even get, like, a 5 segment at, like, the 100-hour mark. And now, like, 2 segment by the 100-hour mark doesn't even seem that far off. Like, what happened? Am I just good at this game, or is it free? What's the hang up here? Was I just completely agenda posting when I said this could be harder than a Mega Man 3? Was I just off my rocker? Like, yeah, there's fights that are, like, harder than Doc Quick in this, but, like, is anything, like, as inconsistent as Doc Quick? Hell no. Do I genuinely need to pop Minus Infinity? Minus Infinity is just, like... we're gonna have to fucking, like, make, like, a Twitch emote. If I, like, ever swap accounts. We're gonna have to, like, make, like, a sub emote. It's just, like, fucking Kuresabe with, like, a... It's just like Shadow Man with like a phone, like holding a phone, and it's just like saying like Minus Infinity is calling. Like that's just what that's trying to convey. It's like the fucking Peach Shell Roxanne's calling emote. Super Shadows calling. I'm genuinely so stupid for entertaining this. I'm probably not starting that. If I were to go for that, I'm not starting it for another like year plus. Probably not another 2 years. Unless I suddenly become like a Mega Man full game warlord. Watch this be easier than Mega Man 1 no hit, surely. Basic Master 1.2 easier than Mega Man 1? Many are asking this. Ignore the part where Mega Man 1 has literally, like, no hard boss fights. The hardest fight in the game is, like, Guts, probably. You might be wondering, what about Yellow Devil? Yellow Devil is completely fucking pissed in a no-hit run. Relative to a casual run, anyway. It is just do the same attack pattern 7 times in a row. And if you're doing the fight, if you're doing a no-hit, well, I surely hope you can do that attack pattern 7 times in a row. And there's like one hard part of the pattern. There's literally one... like, the Yellow Devil pattern literally has one hard part of it, and it's the, like, 2 ones on the bottom. Like, back to back. That is literally the only hard part of Yellow Devil, and it's not even that bad. And that's probably the hardest attack in a Mega Man 1 no-hit. This might honestly be harder than Mega... this is definitely harder than Mega Man 2, which is the hardest Mega Man no-hit that I, like, attempted before this. I had, like, a fucking... I don't know how many times. It was, like... entering Flash and, like, Wily 1 to Wily 5, so, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I had, like, an 8 segment on that at, like, 15 hours. It took me like 7 hours to do like a 1 segment of a 14 segment in this. They are not the same thing at all. Like at all. You had to do quick without the Metal Blade thing, maybe, but like that's not the world we're living in. We have dinging Metal Blade off quick, man. We have item 1 airman fight. We have spamming pause on Booby to dodge the stupid ones. 2 is hard, but it's like probably... he probably still gets dog walked by this, which... yeah. Like, if I were to come back to Mega Man 1 after, like, to Mega Man 2 after this, I feel like I would be able to, like, knock it out pretty efficiently. I don't know how efficiently, but, like, maybe, like, fucking 50 hours? Probably less, honestly. Side note, my route for 2 was so stupid because I couldn't be fucked to do the, because, like, I couldn't be fucked to do, item, I couldn't be fucked to one of the item 1 strat. So I literally just took item 3 and I, like, stuck it on the wall, and I just, like, chilled out there at the top of the screen, and I just prayed that he didn't do, like, another thing that you didn't have to, like, pop an item for to have a reasonable chance of dodging. Which is like a 1 in 9, I think. No. There's like 2, he does 3 per cycle, you can kill him in 1 cycle, so any more doesn't matter, and he has like 5 patterns, 3 of which are the undodgeable, 2 of which are the undodgeable ones, so that's like if he does 1, you're fine, so it's like the odds of getting a 2 in 5, 2 times and 3 attempts. I can't be fucked to calculate that. Side note, this is like unrelated to anything, but I'm still thinking about that bed cover music video from the other day. It's so good, so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. I'm gonna... Executive decision, I'm queuing up Go-Go Steam right now. I am queuing up Go-Go Steam. Because of that music video, I am like... Go-Go Steam is like constantly getting stuck in my head. And I feel like listening to it right now. So I am queuing it up. And I am going to skip this Tokyo into this one. This song is so good. Girl is stupid? Girl is stupid. Maybe I'll go for like 1 more Rally 5 entry. I do want to get another run past Tornado because this Stone and Tornado consistency is really disappointing for how good I've gotten at YB4 today, and how good that 1 run was. Like, my goal for next session is get a lot more Gemini entries than I'm getting right now. I don't care how much I pass Gemini necessarily, I just want to get there more. Wait, you can like, do that motion? I didn't even realize you could, like, hook around that and then just, like, go back in the same jump. That's crazy. Wordle isn't doable. As far as I'm concerned, all Wordles aren't doable. I am the Ben Simmons of Wordle, famously. Hey, 3 blue, 1 brown. Cacophony is here. We're all good. I don't know any actually good Wordle players, so I just name checked 3v1 blue. Yeah, I'm like median Wordle player in like a friend groups that are like exclusively autistic about Wordle. Why am I getting hit on that? So I think in basketball terms, I'm more of a Brian Scalabrine than a Ben Simmons. I am closer to insert whoever the Wordle goat is than you are to me. How the fuck would high-level Wordle even work? Surely that exists by now. Like, not like multi-Wordle, but just like high-level, like original Wordle. Like, single-word Wordle, even if it's, like, more letters. Did you think the Wordle was here? Genuinely, I thought the Wordle was in here as like one of the funniest like Mepesta affiliated clips ever. It is such a good clip, and it's like broken its way into my vocabulary, even though it makes no sense in any context. I'm always looking for opportunities to say that I thought the Wordle was here. Because, like, what does that even mean? W Wordle. Fuck, I just remembered the, like, a group chat I'm in. One person was, like, completely tweaking on this. Like, one person who's Australian, so she gets the Wordle super early. She was just completely tweaking over the Wordle. How telling is it that the only reason I can like meaningfully convert to like Japanese time zones off the dome from EST is because of me playing gacha games on Japanese servers at one point. So like the dailies reset at 11 AM because that's midnight in Japan. How cooked am I for that being the main reason I could do like JST to EST pretty easily, and like not knowing any other time zones in that area. Like, I don't even, like, I have, like, multiple friends from Australia, and I don't even look up what time zone, like, I know what Australian time zone they're in, but I can't, like, mentally do the math. I just look up, like, time zone in that friend's state, and I just, like, I'm like, sure? Whatever you say, Google, whatever you say. The only non, like, NA time zone conversions I can do are, UK time, most of Europe time, and then Japan time. Yeah. This is why we should kill daylight savings time so that converting stuff to UTC is easier. Dude, every time I hear the intro to this song, I just think, is he sampling Heroes by Bowie or something? Because the intro genuinely sounds like the Heroes, like, guitar. I think I'm crazy for that, but that's genuinely just what it sounds like to me. Every person I've told this to hasn't heard Heroes by David Bowie, so I can't tell if I'm crazy or not. They have heard Cheese David Bowie, though. The one where he's like, we could be cheddar. Because that's what Cheese David Bowie says. Famously. Cheese David Bowie is one of my better statuses in recent memory, I think. I probably could have picked a better cheese than cheddar, though. I just needed a 2-syllable cheese. Originally, I was looking for a 2-syllable cheese that starts with H, but, like, I couldn't find any. So I just, like, settled for cheddar. I forgot it takes so long for the functional feature in this thing. I say so long and it's like 2 minutes in. I think it's just because other features on this album come in earlier. Side note, it's really funny that, like, friends of mine who aren't, like, deep in this music nerd shit are, like, tapped into Danny Brown now just because he, like, collaborates with so many, like, trans girl artists. It's kind of awesome, but it's just funny seeing, like, people I never thought would listen to Danny Brown listening to Danny Brown and, like, going to the, it's, like, the underscore store that he was, like, part of. Like, the Danny Brown underscore store. I need to hear Tantor live before I die, just so that I can yell, got a Mexican homie named Chinese Mike in an audience full of people. Because sometimes you just got a Mexican homie named Chinese Mike, and that's all it is. Tantor as a song is weird for me, because I don't really like it that much in the context of the album, but if you listen to it, like, on its own terms, it's, like, so good. Like, it just feels like a bit of, like, it feels a bit jarring on the album, even though it's a good song. And also got a Mexican homie named Chinese Mike is one of the greatest lyrics of all time for, like, self-evident reasons. Oh, I guess I forgot I put stuff from Constant Companions in the playlist. It's playing when Ren is asleep is, like, Rage Band and she doesn't even know it. I was listening to, like, Machine Love World on my playlist when I was, like, walking into classes today, and I was just like, I am such a stereotype right now, like, Celeste hoodie on, Machine Love playing in my headphones, just like, girl, what are you doing? You're doing the thing. I've had something like that happen before, but instead of, Jamie Page, it was a Car Seat Eyebrows song. I think it was Beastmaster thing? It was whatever the second song off How to Leave Town is called. I'm blanking on the name. I think it's Beastmaster thing. That was so sketchy because of the guys. That's fine, that's fine. I probably should have lost that attempt to like the weird janky way I dealt with Clone Summon, but that is a Gemini entry though, so I'm happy about it. I should probably put Wily 6 entries on this. No, I won't. There's not enough space. I'll just change that so it's like clearer. Machine Love, like, did kind of, like, click for me today, though. I kind of see why it hits people for crit damage now. Maybe I'll just go until the timer hits 2 hours to do that. Oh, also, I still need to download the 45 hit and upload it to YouTube. Unlisted, so that I can link that in the description of the 14 segment. I am, like, very surprised that I'm already getting that many, like, fairly deep, I'm, like, very surprised that I'm getting that many attempts that are, like, making it somewhere into Wily 5 already. I figured I was gonna be, like, trying to get this segment alone for, like, 20 hours. And I got pretty close to getting to Mega Man 2 Posse already. I got sick on the wall. There's been no, like, long-term bitrate drops today, which is good. Oh my god, yes, this song is so good. I need to re-listen to Candy Claus, Threads and Calypso. It's been ages since I heard it in full. I can't say that when I've re-listened to it in full this year, considering how many albums I haven't re-listened to in full. Yeah. This is probably my favorite on the album. This, Fell in Love with the Water, and Pangea Girls are like 3 hydrogen bombs though, so like, yeah. Oh, I think I just killed it at like a weird spot. I think the main thing is like okay, I'll probably end the session after this song anyway. I think the main thing that determines that, like, minecart enemies, like, residue spreading, I think the main thing that determines it is, I'm a coughing baby and this is my hydrogen bomb. You know what, gamer? You're so right. I think, yeah, it's about, like, then what leads to the second one? Like, having it dissipate or not dissipate. I need to find a safe way to deal with that met consistently. Because if you go up close to it to activate it, then you're running the risk of not killing it before the shot comes out, and it's not, like, you're not reacting to that shot coming out. You're not, like, dodging that in time. You just aren't. So I think trying to, like, turn around shot it might be the play. Like, why am I even, like, turnaround shotting there? Oh, wait, no, I just remembered it's a fucking net. You have to, like, activate it somehow. So, like, going in a little bit to, like, bait the net, and then... But then that happens. Oh. Might genuinely require labbing. I think that's one of the hardest enemy placements in the game, no meme. Buster only, anyway. It's probably, like, completely trivial with weapons. A sesh. It's been a minute since I actually saw the clock hit 2 hours. Okay, nice backup, even though I killed it the wrong spot. Like, what do I do to, like, safely kill that? Oh. Bitrate's tanking, good timing. Very good timing. So I guess the settings didn't help at all, actually. Yeah. I guess I'll call it there. Very good timing, because I was gonna end the session anyway. So nothing of value was lost, but I still need to figure out what the issue with this is. Okay, this time it seems more temporary anyway, which is good. Never mind, it went up to 5k and then it went down to triple numbers again. Love this issue. Would, like, swapping servers help? Never mind, I can't even try. Side note, this was like the last song I heard before, like my 18th birthday. Like, I very consciously decided to do that, because it would be, like, cute. And it was kind of cute, and it was, like, a nice song to have be the end of that phase of my life. Oh. Wrong Firefox capture, idiot! There we go. Why was it that Firefox? Bitrate memory leak. Last stream didn't even make it to 2 hours. So, as funny as that would be, it's not that. Okay, let's update the timer and everything. I think it might be related to like Number Girl playing, honestly. I think it might just hate Number Girl. 15. Okay. So copy that over here. And then paste it into the session by session. Oh, also let me close live split so that I can just hit my hotkeys. I already don't have to hit for my hotkeys. 14. What number was it? 27, 42, 35. Oh wait, no, that's wrong thickness. Make it the right thickness. Okay, there we go. Who do we raid chat room? Who do we raid chat room? Me when I see a platypus? That, you know what, gamer? You're so right. You're so right, gamer. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else doing like Mega Man stuff? I wish that Mega Man had the same thing going on where with like that like Pokemon did, where everyone just streams in the most recent games category, so it's like easier to find people to raid in this window instead of having to check every Mega Man category or just like punch Mega Man into the search engine. But like it is what it is. You're in Golden Rune. What do I be? Good luck. Good luck. Why is? I mean, sure, dude. Whatever you want. Yeah, GG. Alright. Raid time. Good session. Could have been better, better consistency on the Wily 5 entries I got, but like, I mean, 10 Wily 5 entries on like my first proper session, that's really good. That's really good. I'm happy that actually worked out. Alright. See ya.